Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled among quiet hills, lived a curious young boy named Koji. Koji was endlessly fascinated by the world around him. He constantly questioned the mysteries of life, always eager to learn and understand more. One day he heard whispers of a wise Zen master who lived on top of a hill not far from the village. It was said that this master held deep insights into the nature of life and could guide anyone in search of true wisdom. Drawn by an unshakable desire to learn, Koji made a decision. He would climb the hill and seek the master's guidance. Early one morning, he set out on his journey. The climb was long and exhausting, but Koji pressed on with determination. At last, he reached the summit, where a small hut stood quietly among the clouds. Inside, he found the Zen master, a gentle old man with a calm presence and a twinkle in his eye. Koji bowed respectfully and asked, "Master, how long will it take me to find Zen?" The master smiled warmly and replied, "10 years." Startled by the answer, Koji asked, "What if I work harder?" "How long then?" The master paused for a moment, then said, "20 years." Confused, Koji tried again. "And if I dedicate myself completely, day and night, to this path, how long would it take then?" The master looked at him thoughtfully and replied, 30 years. Koji felt disheartened. His shoulders dropped, and he asked, "Master, I don't understand. The more I commit, the longer it seems to take. Why?" The master smiled gently and said, "When you keep one eye on the destination, you only have one eye left for the path." Koji looked puzzled, so the master continued, "Imagine you're climbing a tree to reach a ripe fruit at the top. If you keep your eyes fixed on the fruit, thinking only of how sweet it will taste, you may lose your grip and fall. But if you focus on each movement, where to place your hands and feet, how the bark feels and the breeze around you, you'll enjoy the climb and safely reach the top." In life, or the master concluded, it's the same. If you focus too much on the reward, you risk missing the journey that leads you there. So whether you're learning something new, practicing a skill, or working toward a goal, remember this: focus on the effort you invest along the way. Enjoy the process, learn from each moment, and celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Sometimes the real reward isn't the outcome, but the journey itself. Koji listened closely to the master's words, letting them sink deep into his heart. He realized he had been so fixated on reaching his destination that he had completely overlooked the beauty of the path leading there. From that day forward, Koji made a quiet promise to himself. He would no longer rush. Instead, he would cherish every part of his learning process. Each day, he focused not on how far he still had to go, but on the effort he gave that day. And something began to change. Over time, Koji discovered a calmness within him, a sense of peace and presence he hadn't even known he was searching for. Ironically, in letting go of his obsession with finding Zen, he had begun to experience it. You see, in life, we all set goals, big dreams and ambitions we want to achieve. But too often, we become so focused on the end result that we forget to appreciate the moments in between. When we obsess over reaching the finish line, the path itself can start to feel heavy, stressful, even meaningless. This constant pressure can lead to frustration, burnout, or even giving up entirely. But when we shift our mindset and begin to enjoy each step, when we value the learning, the growth, and the daily effort, the journey itself becomes richer than the goal. And in that mindset, success often comes not as a result, but as a natural outcome. When you begin to focus on the small moments, the daily efforts, the challenges you face, and the lessons you learn, you'll start to find joy in the process itself. Every step, every obstacle overcome, becomes meaningful. And when the journey holds meaning, the destination no longer feels distant or overwhelming. As the Buddha once said, "It is better to travel well than to arrive." These words remind us that life isn't just about reaching the end, it's about how we live each moment along the way. Each day is a chance to grow, to connect, and to truly live. Yet many people spend their entire lives chasing distant goals, always looking ahead, rarely pausing to appreciate the present. In their pursuit of success, they often miss out on the quiet, beautiful moments, the ones that pass by unnoticed, never to return. That's why it's so important to remember, the true reward isn't just in achieving your dreams. It lies in the journey, the struggles that shape you, the growth that strengthens you, and the memories that stay with you forever. So take time to breathe, embrace the ups and downs, laugh, learn, and live fully. Because in the end, it's not just about where you're going, it's about how you get there.